Hello, beautiful, and welcome to this episode focused on living from the heart. There is so much conversation happening around living heart led, what it means to move from the heart, what it means to communicate and connect with and through the heart. And I don't think that most of us have enough practice with this. So I asked my guides what would be most supportive for all of us to hear about how to do this. I'm Jamie Ehrenberg with Idlewild Retreats, and this is my journey of following my intuition and becoming my truest self. When I talk about, and other people talk about, what it means to be heart led or living from the heart, being our authentic heart led selves, it really is tricky to pick apart because the heart itself has so much protection that has been built up around it for a long time and for a lot of reasons. And that can be from our current lives and different things that happened that hurt us, that made us want to protect ourselves. It could be ancestral wounding that we're carrying into this lifetime. It can be even past life experiences where there was damage done to us in some way that has made us put up these walls around our hearts and these protections so that we, as our human selves, can be safe, can push away anything that hurts us, and we can just keep things out that we don't want to let in. Unfortunately, as we evolve to this more heart-led space, we need to have a more open heart, and being able to meet and experience and heal those things that hurt our hearts and caused us to put up boundaries is something that we all are on a journey in this lifetime to doing. And we can intentionally support our heart opening so that we can know how to live from this place and have a life that is heart led. I've actually even been finding in readings recently that this has been coming up for individuals that I've been reading. So this is a big thing for all of us of what is this space in our body? What does this mean to live from here? And how do we feel it? How do we know it? How do we hear it? There's a lot of layers there. And this now feels like it's going to be a whole series, but this is not what I started out to be recording. I really felt like this being heart led is being able to be our full true selves and in community. And so this felt really important to drop into and understand a bit more. So I am going to share now the 5 messages from my guides and then share an invitation with you as well. So I actually have a quote to start us off this time, and I'm going to read it because they were really clear about what we all needed to hear. This is the way of the future. The more we can practice this, the easier it will be for us. This is the way of the future, living heart led. The more we can practice it, the easier it will be for us. For those of you that have worked with me in Attune and other spaces, you know I talk a lot about the practice being what gets us to the shift that we're looking for. It's not a drop-in, one-time experience and all of a sudden things are shifted, especially when we're trying to bring these things into our everyday lives. The practice is really important. So I loved that direct message about these ways of being overall. The first message, though, that was just the introduction from them, was living from the heart is living from expansion and not contraction. I love this. I think if we even were to spend a moment dropping into our bodies right now and feeling where expansion lives versus where contraction is, we often in Attune and even in regular programs or circles with me, we do this just scan of our bodies as we're dropping into the space together. And often we can feel like what's tight, what's open in my body. And so thinking about how to move further into those open spaces, and then the next message will get into that as well, of how to really lean in to the openness, the expansion. And that is where we should be making our decisions from. That is where we should be moving from. And if we are feeling contracted, very likely that is not being heart led. And it means that we need to wait, especially if we're asking a question that we need an answer to, or we're looking for our own internal intuition or guidance, of making sure that we're in an open and expanded state, that we're coming from this place when we are making decisions or trying to move through the world in an important way. The next message is, it is also ease and softness in the belly. So I'm going to invite you to scan your belly for a moment. Does it feel tight? Can you invite in ease? Can you invite in softness? How does that shift your body? You can hear the shift of my voice as I invite in more ease and softness into my belly. That, to me, is not necessarily expansion. Softness and ease are not the same, but allowing the body to stay open and flowing is one of the ways that we'll be able to live more heart led. Message number 3 is, it is being aligned with this center point. Being aligned with this center point. The center of the traditional 7 chakras in our bodies, our energy center, is the heart. And even though when we're standing or sitting, that's not necessarily the center point that you would physically point to in your body, but from the energy center perspective, that is the center point, your heart. And so being aligned with that center and being aligned with your heart also means different things, right? It's not listening to your head, it's not listening to the flow or the contraction in your belly. It's actually being able to connect with the center point in how we're moving through the world, the decisions that we're making, how we're interacting with the beautiful people in our lives. There is a beautiful practice that I just did around working with the Jupiter and Leo expansion. So I'm going to link that below and in the next video to watch if you haven't seen it already. We spend a lot of time at the beginning of connecting into the heart, and honestly, you'll find that in a lot of my practices. That is really how I've been being directed for quite a while now, of really centering and opening spaces with the heart. And that's how we connect with each other. I love this next message. Message number 4 is allowing your being to radiate. I love this message because, as you know, if you are a follower of this channel, I am so excited about Jupiter and Leo. And we've got another video all about that if you are interested in watching that, and I'll link that below too. But being is heart led, it is our true full selves, it is us radiating our unique light, our unique frequency, and that being enough. So I love the idea that being in a heart led space, in a heart led world, in a heart led life involves our being radiating. And the last message felt very feminine to me. Message number 5 was, it allows life to flow to you. So living heart-led allows life to flow to you. If you were to sit with your eyes closed for a moment and you were able to connect with your heart center, allow it to be open, possibly even expanded, your belly soft, and easeful, and feeling what that does to your body and how that attracts life towards you. When you are being and radiating from this place, there is such a different experience of you moving through the world, of how people are experiencing you, how you're experiencing others. And that allows more to flow towards us. And how beautiful is that? Instead of us pushing or pulling towards something, or us trying to get something done that our mind wants to happen, if we're in this open, expansive state, radiating as our being, more and more of life flows to us. Opportunities, people, magical moments, and that just allows us and invites us and almost builds this desire for us to live more from the heart. It's this beautiful reciprocal loop. So I'm really, really hoping you enjoyed these messages as much as I did this week. This is feeling like another video to put in the saved playlist to come back to when we need a reminder of how to live more heart-led, especially as we continue to move more and more towards this. And again, those of you that have taken Attune, or those of you that haven't, Attune will be opening up again in September. Attune is a place where we practice all these different ways of experiencing the world and truly practice them over time, because that is what's so important. We can't just shift something like by thinking about it. There's so much that is stored in our body that we need to rewire. And that's so much of what this feels like, is how do we rewire ourselves and the world around us so that we are able to live from this radiant being of ourselves and see what the magic of the world is like for us. With that, I want to invite you to join the Temple of Attunement. If living in this way, practicing in this way, getting to be supported by all that I bring through me in this way is something that's of interest to you, to live more of your joyful, true, authentic, heart-led, full, true life, I would love to invite you to just check it out and see if it resonates and if it's something that is meant for you at this moment in your journey. I'm sending you so much love, and thank you, thank you, thank you for being here.